In November of 2001, Halo Combat Evolved released and set the foundation for the series 2 decades later, with many games having tons of secrets, including one that took 6 years to find. It was so hidden that one of the developers had to step in and cryptically tease Easter egg hunters in the right direction, bringing them to the mission Evacuation. The tease didn't make sense at first, but players figured out that 4 Spartans had to rush this gate within 3 seconds and then wait for 117 more, of course a reference to Master Chief. Your squad is then put into a Halo kart race, driving through the entire level to beat your friends, with the winner getting a power weapon. A nice little trophy for one of the longest unsolved mysteries in gaming. Kinda like the trophy you get for subscribing to our second channel. But if you can't win against them, instead scare them. In Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville, there's an Easter egg that will literally trigger a giant skeleton to appear. To activate it, you'll have to find this piano and play a specific set of notes to form a song called The Entertainer. No surprise it took 2 years to find the right pattern, but once completed, the giant dino will appear from the ground and tower over the map for a short while before disappearing once again. If you thought that was crazy, just wait until you see how the devs of Gears of War 3 hid an entire minigame as a secret. It took 5 years until a player noticed the tiny markings on 3 trees during a certain part of the game. After shooting all of them, head over to an area now covered in fog, and you'll be teleported to a new underground location within a literal skeleton. The best part is you get several turrets and can use them to play a minigame against the LOCUST jumping out of the ground. 2 years after the release of Nier Automata, the creator Yoko Taro teased that there was one final secret that players hadn't found yet. Over a year later, Lance McDonald discovered that after completing the first boss battle, you could find some barrels, and by standing in between them, holding R2 and putting in this code, something insane will happen. The game will fade to black and skip all the way to the final ending of the game. Not only that, but it'll also give you special dialogue while unlocking chapter select, a debug room, and a trophy store, which would usually require completing the game 3 times. It also gives you the option to delete all your save data and unlock a hidden title screen, which isn't normally possible unless you complete 5 endings to the game. But if you're not a fan of cheating through the entire game, Futurama has a literal Easter egg hidden away. First, you'd have to enter the boiler room, then smash the emergency glass, open a drawer, collect exactly 7 cash, and finally smash the TV in the living room. It's such a lengthy process that it's no surprise it took 16 years to find. But after all 5 steps, you can step out of the room and watch the wall open up, revealing a giant Easter egg in the middle of space. PlayStation VR Worlds also has a hidden secret, but this one does a lot more than reveal a secret egg. So players must have been bored during scenes and decided to press random buttons and came across the secret 2.5 years after the game released. Turns out by pressing the D-pad in a circular motion twice, you'll activate a hidden feature that gives all the characters gigantic heads. Pretty terrifying, but I'll admit the cutscenes are way more entertaining after this. Some Easter eggs have a lot more steps than others, and that's why this secret of Black Ops 3 took 4 years to find. After following a set of 7 very specific steps, you'll be greeted with a giant spinning heart that contained a family photo of Drew Marlowe, a designer of the game. Although there's no special reward, it's always nice to find hidden dev secrets like these. But what doesn't affect the game too much, it took players 25 years to find how to unlock this OP character in Street Fighter Alpha 2. Akuma is a regular character in the game who has a boss variant called SHIN Akuma, which is extremely overpowered and actually possible to get, but it is no easy process. You have to get a high score in a game, set your name as KAJ and hold LXY and start on a second controller. You can then enter versus mode and select Akuma while holding down start. Once you've done all that, you can then play as the OP SHIN Akuma version. It's also incredibly buggy, but you'll probably beat your friends much easier thanks to his insanely high stats. While it isn't close to that record, it still took fans 13 years to find a secret way to a boss in Legend of Zelda. Kale Demos is a boss you come across early in the game, so it's pretty easy to defeat, but the creators decided to make it even easier. If you were to collect some forest water on your travels and then use it on the boss during the fight, it would instantly defeat him. So I guess if anyone out there was struggling with the first boss, at least you'll be able to keep playing the game. And water isn't the only Easter egg, because even the dirt is hiding a secret. One of the makers of Super Mario early years revealed in an interview 23 years after the game release that there was a hidden Easter egg left unfound. After hearing of this, Heidel C soon uploaded a video showing that if you clicked a single pixel in the dirt, the 3 developers would appear in the window and say hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Pretty strange Easter egg for a kid's game, but crazy it was finally found. One that is definitely not for kids is this secret in Half-Life Decay. During one part of the game, you can discover the body of a character named Barney in a pool. What was really strange is that he had over 3 times as much health as a boss. Now, it took 18 years until players found out that if you hit the body 600 times with a crowbar, it would eventually explode. It also gave you special snark grenades, which are tiny monsters that you could throw and also explode. Something much more adorable can be found in Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. Within the the prison levels of the game, you could find 5 seals hidden in vents, lockers, and more. Once you save the final one in the car, you'll get a special dialogue message, and then a princess seal will visit you through a portal. Just as crazy as it sounds, and it took 4 years to find this wholesome secret. And while it didn't take players long to find Thor's hammer in Call of Duty Black Ops 2, it wasn't until 7 years later, when it was discovered, you could actually try to pick it up. You'd have to use stealth loadout to eliminate every enemy, and then you could return to the hammer and interact. And although you won't be worthy enough to pick it up, it does grant you unlimited ammo for the rest of the level. Another dev secret can be found in the Halo 3 title screen, and it sounds like it would be easy to find at first, but it took 9 years to discover because it could only be done on December 25th. When pressing down both sticks on the controller, text will appear saying "Happy Birthday, Lauren," which is a nice message from Adrian Perez to his wife. It took another dev to hint at an uncovered Easter egg in Dishonored. It came 4 years after release and sent players on a hunt to find a reference to a completely different game. In a basement area, a door could be spotted out of bounds that was identical to the one seen in Silent Hill 4. And it's times like that when the community needs a push to find a hidden secret, and the same goes for RuneScape. Crack the Clue was an in-game event that gave players a mission to find 5 pieces of buried armor. But when the 5th and final piece couldn't be found, the community decided to just dig everything until they found it. Saving them, the devs gave a list of small clues, and eventually, the final part was found. But it took 7 years until the community accidentally found out how to turn on an important TV in The Last of Us. Turns out if you head downstairs at the start of the game and then quit immediately, when you load back in, the TV in Joel's bedroom will have the picture of an ant. Pretty strange, but it's actually rumored to be the infected ant that started it all, so it's crazy it was finally found. Another secret creature can be found in Mad Max in the form of a metal shark. It took 4 years until people found out that if you used a pair of binoculars on top of a watchtower, a sudden metal shark fin will appear in the water. You're even able to get closer and see it jump out, revealing that it's just a mechanical fin on a motor. A secret that's common to most people is the cheat codes in GTA's cell phone, but one code went undiscovered for 3 years. You can actually call the black cell phones by using this number, and when you did, a small explosion would appear and your phone would change color. Definitely not as powerful as the other numbers in the game, but it is certainly one of the strangest. And we can't mention GTA without the discovery of the mystery cube. It took the community years to find it because it was completely hidden underneath the map. It was actually first spotted in 2015, but it wasn't until 2017 that Robin Rams had access to the Codewalker program, which gave him complete access to the GTA 5 map. As a result, he came across a hidden white cube beneath the map saying this does not exist, and you could actually find it in-game way above the map, and you could only see it for yourself by flying up to max height. You could also find a secret photo in Brutal Legend. After 9 years of racing around, players found that if you went up to a certain point of the map and turned your camera against the wall, you'd be able to find this picture. It is actually the girlfriend of one of the developers and is another wholesome discovery. Speaking of cameras, a developer hid another photo inside the 2000 Spider-Man game. It took 21 years before it was finally found that you could open a metal door on a rooftop to reveal a photo of all the creators inside. Not a family photo like usual, but it's even nicer to see the entire team who made the game hidden away to be found. Hope you guys enjoyed. It's been Tommy, and keep it here on T5G.